Okay, are we back? My god, okay. I don't know what is going on. I just noticed that suddenly my stream got chopped up. There was like a 46-second VOD on my channel for some reason, and my stream stopped. I don't know if it's my internet or if it's something else, but I've never had this issue before. All I can really say is, of course, this would happen on the day that I am streaming by myself, so I have to suffer my loneliness on my own. Okay, Lynn can apparently still see and hear everything, according to her texting me. I don't really know what happened. I really want, like, things to be working, but... Yeah, there's literally a 46-second broadcast on my stream, on my fucking Twitch account now, so... I'm gonna have to stitch those together when I upload it to the YouTube channel, but it's fine. Hold on. Let me see if I can't find my... Can I please put my chat back here? I really liked it when it was there. Add... No. Hold on. Wait, what's this? Start... Huh. Game footage looks fine. Lynn, did you notice that the stream just randomly stopped? Was that noticeable at all? It would be so wonderful if I could just fucking have my chat on the stream. That would just be my favorite. Okay, properties. Wait, so, actually that's fine. I wonder if I could add a face cam to this. Is that what virtual camera is supposed to be? I have no idea. God, one of these days I'll understand how OBS and Twitch work. Is it in settings? Can I search for a setting? That would be the best. Lynn, do you actually want to just come onto the stream and, like, talk with me? I feel like I'm just being boring. Okay. Let me pull up the Discord then. Oh shit. Can you actually hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. What's up? What's going on?
Okay, perfect.
Sorry about the lack of responses. I'm very distracted and definitely multitasking right now.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah,
What do you need help with?
I'm just like having an issue because the stream randomly stopped. It just stopped.
Okay.
Which apparently you didn't even notice it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, if you go onto my Twitch account, I've been repeating this a bunch already, but it literally says I made like a 46-second stream and uploaded it to the channel.
Nice. It might just. I think that's happened to me before. It might just be dorm internet.
Oh, that's just wonderful.
It's only happened a couple of times.
Okay.
I mean, the footage looks fine on. I have moderator view pulled up. I can see it on Twitch.
Okay.
I'll see if you want me to voice some characters. I totally can.
I'll think about it. God, one of the nicest features that I had enabled for the longest time on OBS was that it had like a little sidebar that had the chat, and I cannot find it. I can't. It went away for some reason, and I can't find it again. And it really sucks because I liked that feature a lot, and it meant I didn't necessarily have to keep my stream open.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it studio mode? No. Maybe? I guess I could just keep it pulled up on Twitch and not on OBS, but nah. Alright. Okay. Do you want me to stream to you on Discord? It's gonna lower the quality considerably, but...
If you don't need me reading voices, then...
Okay.
No, you're fine. Keep
Alright.
Keep rolling.
Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't go around opening things. Controller? Dear God, please.
Sorry.
Okay, there we go. I always have to keep an eye on you, don't I? You're very mischievous. How did you come to that conclusion? I have no idea. Characters in this game, just generally speaking, baffle me. These are all mementos of Mr. Shulman's past cases, I think. If he'd been involved in my case, I wonder if the beefsteak from La Carnival would be on display here. Please don't display food,
The beefsteak from right, the case. The first case. I was like, what is La Carnival? Right, that's 1-1.
Yeah. A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, a bust of Napoleon, a bust?
Booba.
Ah, what an entrancing collection. Like, Max's bust from Ace 22.
Oh god, curse. No. No.
Max's bust that Phoenix really wants to see.
Man, Booba.
It looks like an untidy assortment of junk to me, rather like what's on my own shelves. Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruhodo. No favoritism there at all. Oh, you already said that. What the hell? Okay.
Susato being like, Sholmes can do no wrong.
I wholeheartedly, I think Sholmes has done everything wrong.
I mean, let's be honest. Iris is the parent in this parent-child relationship. You know.
Cringe. Okay, what else is there? What's this? Iris's beautiful tea set is there on the table as usual. A cup of one of her special herbal blends always helps me relax when I'm feeling the strain. The English pastime of tea has many similarities with our own tea ceremony customs, don't you think? It's the idea of hospitality behind it. That's the essence of tea.
The essence of tea.
Okay.
Also, I might have to leave and go grab food in just a minute. But...
You can do whatever you need to. I'll just vibe.
The Vibbin. 'Tis your stream, anyhow.
Yeah. This is where
I'm
Iris
just a moderator.
You filthy moderator.
Oh, filthy moderator.
This is where Iris notes down ideas, isn't it? Let's see. What does it say today? Ah, the Buscom Valley mystery. Ooh, how intriguing! It must be the title of Iris's latest work. Oh my! I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us. Susato-san really looks like an angel, but I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime you could imagine. Ah, yes.
Susato is a true crime stan.
Susato is a serial killer fangirl.
It's like she goes on serial killer TikTok.
It's not serial killer TikTok.
1800 serial killer TikTok, Will.
That's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little bottles, too. The contents of them aren't quite so charming, it seems. Science is the future, Mr. Naruhodo. You can't deny it. I'm saving my money so that I can buy some chemistry apparatus as well. Law, chemistry, takedown throws. What diverse skills you boast, Miss Susato. Aren't these guys like besties? Why are they still so formal with each other?
I think it's like... I'd have to guess it's a Japan thing.
Probably. But even like... But like, in Japan, even once you like get to be friends with someone, don't you eventually like end up dropping like the sans or whatever?
I think it might be because they're technically in a mentor-student relationship.
Are they like
or not
the same
mentor-student.
age, though?
Mentor-student. I think it's because Susato-san's like technically his like formal assistant in his legal profession, you know?
I guess so. Alright, I don't understand Japanese customs, apparently. As useful as they are, I'm not sure that my throwing skills are worthy of inclusion in that list. Yeah, all they've done is annoy me, really. So.
Okay.
Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently. But there's paper already set up in the typewriter. Look, as if she's about to start. Oh, that reminds me, when I mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a full-fledged novel, Mr. Natsume was most impressed. Ah, yes, Mr. Natsume. That's what I'll be doing too, once I'm back in Japan, he said through tightly clenched fists and teeth. Good for him. Typewriter. Is that everything? I feel like there should be more. Well, whatever. Hey Sholmes, maybe an armband would help you feel better?
Look at this badge!
Mr. Sholmes, can I ask for your opinion about this? You lure me to raise my languid head with the promise of some mental exaltation. Yet in my morbid depression, I am confronted with the most mundane of problems. Oh. My mind finds greater stimulation in the unforgiving monotony of the floor than in your miserable offering. What the fuck? Always glad to help. Oh, my head weighs heavy on my shoulders. Do I have to talk to him? Can I just, like, leave?
Oh my god.
No, I'm gonna talk to you first. Wagahai.
Wagahai!
Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home, then. Oh yes, and I become very attached to little Wagi.
Waggy.
Humph. It would appear his previous owner is completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their muse as empty as the hearts of the muses. If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Wagi back to Japan, I wonder,
that model is so
I wonder
cute.
why he kept him in the first place. I expect he would have taken him if he could.
Look at her hold the cat.
Pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience.
Like you, Naruhodo.
Ryunosuke was Kazuma's pet.
Susato, are you more of a pet or a dangerous object, Naruhodo-san?
He's both. In all of the kinkiest ways.
Jesus Christ.
And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Well, I don't mind, because Woggy is adorable.
I'm gonna go get my food. I'll be back.
Okay, see you in a sec. Yes, he really is. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing of a main door before. Where did that come from? Oh, you noticed? You were observant, Bruno. Look, I used this. It's my latest invention. What is that? I call it the Cat Flap-O-Mat. Excuse me? Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? That's right. It can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Woggy in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see. That sounds impossible. Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap? Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Hehehe. Wonderful. That my brain has been thoroughly enhanced by that interaction. What am I looking at? Okay. Alright, I'll talk to you, bitch. Wanting to die. My god. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its melatonin tones would make flowers bloom. It would? But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours I have bowed, for days even. I have bowed, perhaps? For hours I have bowed, for days even. Through the night I have endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever. No more recitals or of unbridled emotion. Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley? Don't worry, I'm sure it'll come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man. The next, they unmercifully withdraw it. Oh, dear. Ah! Why is this happening to me? If they take the tone I have for the violin from me, what is left for pity's sake? What is left? Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? The missing machine. I cannot handle this man. Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but... your desk looks rather empty today. Ah, well done, Miss Susato. Your observational skills do you credit. Oh, no, Mr. Sholmes. They pale into insignificance when compared to yours. You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you? You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? That's at Windbank's now. Sorry? Is that a windy bank? My god, Ryunosuke. No, Windbanks, the pawn brokery. Pawn? What? You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours? It has some considerable value, you see, quite undeservingly. But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Dear madam, things are far from desperate. But But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. I genuinely have no idea, to be fair. Oh, what's to understand exactly? How pawnbroking works. What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Banks? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they're able to trade happily through the week. And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned. So it's capitalism. Wonderful. I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London. And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious! So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windibanks, you see? A pawnbroker can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain? Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley? What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. Oh! What was that? Wagahai? Jesus Christ. What was that? Oh no! Wagahai's tangled up in your violin! I think he thinks it's a toy. No! What's he doing to it? Oh dear, Mr. Sholmes' precious violin. Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now. This is my life as a music major. I make one mistake or have one bad day, and suddenly, like, I'm horrible, I'm awful. There's no point. Why am I dedicating my life to this? I should never have sung in the first place. This is literally just my existence. Sholmes is, like, really unfortunately relatable right now. Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I, Hurley? Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. I guess we'll look at it then? It looks fine to me. So this is the violin, is it? Except it has that one little string coming out of it. Was it just tuned badly, I guess? It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier, Antonio Stradivari. Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. I happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. How honorable of you. And until today, it has been my faithful companion in every Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there reason to live in a world devoid of music, to tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none. Just give me a second. I have to... Sorry about that. Mr. Sholmes? What, dear madam, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine. Sholmes, I think you need a therapist. Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think? Oh my god, I forgot about this. What do you mean, Mrs. Otto? Oh, Susie's right. Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before. Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? What's this? I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Holmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Oh my god, is it a viola? Then what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. My god. I'm here to spread anti-viola propaganda for no reason other than it's a music meme. What? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you alright? You're right! You were quite right. In one of my music classes, we had a day where we finally went over alto clef, which if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. You'll never need to know it, even if you're unless you're a viola player. And the reason why I found that funny was because he called that day of that week of class Violist's Revenge. Because like most times nobody needs to know clefs other than treble or bass, or even just one or the other, depending on the instrument that you play. But that was like the one week where we were focusing on alto and also tenor clef. When like the only instrument that uses alto clef is a viola. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what, pray, is this piece of string flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then. Ah, I see what must have happened. You do, Iris? This is just a simple mix-up. Sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we asked her. Oh boy. What went wrong here, darling? Mix-up. What did you mean by a mix-up, Iris? Well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Windibank's until last week. At the pawnbroker's. Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner. There is a proverb from the East with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. Yes, indeed. So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth? That's a quote and a half right there. Oh, what a wonderful idea. Last week, I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Windibank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. The hollow timbre of this piece of timber. I think that's what they were going for. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Pshaw, a fine state of affairs this is. What I always say, Mr. Naruhodo. Never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time. I hate this man. Please have brain cells, I beg of you. But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbroker as an extremely secure vault. Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry? crunching your toast with that vacant aspect, pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced? Hello, Sholmes' theme. We must visit Mr. Windibank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes? Precisely, Mr. Zato, without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. Not the bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to press your egg ever more obtusely. I want Kazuma back. I miss him so badly. What? He's the only good character in this whole game. Right, alright, say no more. Let's go then. Don't worry, Runo. I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later. Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I'm rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker's looks like. Do we have to move to it now? Oh, okay. We can go to the street and we can go to the... Is there anything else I missed in here, though? I'm sure there's not, but, you know. Stalling for time before Lynn gets back so I don't have to carry a stream by myself. Man, I am not cut out to be a streamer. Like, the main reason I wanted to be a streamer to stream in the first place is literally just to, like in the last Zero Escape stream, to get reactions of myself and also everybody, like, all my friends, to, like, crazy moments in these visual novels. Because there have been so many games where it's like, I play through them, I'm like, God, I wish I could go back and see how I reacted to them. But I can't do that because I don't have my own stream. But I want to do that now. But then it's like, oh shit, there's more to just a streamer than recording reactions. You have to, like, talk and shit. So it's very difficult for me talking to myself for a very long time. Actually, I think it's just that when I'm being recorded, that's when it's weird. Like, I can talk to myself for ages otherwise. Then it's like, whatever, who cares? But then suddenly, put a microphone in front of me and give me an audience, and it's like, I have no idea what to say. But it's fine. Let's move to Baker Street, I guess. Is there anything here? Bustling London Street on which can be found... Oh my god! Oh, you scared the fuck out of me.
You're welcome.
Were you...
How's London?
I just got here. Were you watching the stream on your phone, or listening to the stream when you were going to get your food?
No.
Oh. Because that's totally a thing I have done before.
I definitely could have done that, I just forgot.
Yeah, we're on Baker Street now. I don't know if there's, like, anything at all here to, like, note, but, you know, whatever.
It's a pretty piece of artwork, at least.
It's already been 2 months since we started taking lodgings here above Mr. Sholmes' office. I still can't quite believe it. I never expected things to turn out like this. Oh, I know. To actually be sharing accommodations with the world's greatest detective. If I ever find myself before a court of law now, I will have not one regret. I don't know what you're talking about. But I'd be happy to defend you, of course. Sorry, I'm getting rid of all the dumb notifications on my phone. Oh, this whole house is the thing that you can check. Well, that's gay. Is there literally nothing other than the pawn shop here? Look at all the different things in the window of the shop. Ah, that's Windibank's, the pawnbrokery. It looks much smarter than a pawnbroker's in Japan, doesn't it? Yes, you're right. I find pawn shops at home rather inapproachable, personally. It reminds me of tearfully parting with my favorite fountain pen. I felt so miserable. Your favorite fountain pen? I mean, I guess I guess. I don't know. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you, Kelly Clarkson. Very cool. There's nothing here. Alright, the pawnbrokery. This is where I remember leaving off when I started this case last time in September.
To be fair, the scene is pretty long, so...
Yeah, I think I just got tired of it. So this is a British pawnbrokery. Oh my! There are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before. Ah, Suzato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this? Oh yes! I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me. My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. And clearly Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes. Oh fuck.
Let him go!
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, sir. Welcome back. Nope, that's too dignified. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, sir. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, sir. Welcome back. Did you hear that brazen welcome? Well, yes, we are potential customers after all. I'm gonna get all of these voices mixed up. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Windibank of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot. Except we're not doing any of that. Please do not talk about it being a spade versus a shovel. I will die. What are you doing, my dear fellows? We're not here to browse for interest and curios. We have come to teach this broker a lesson. Oh, but there are just so many fascinating items. Looks as though we'll have to talk to Mr. Windibank first before you can explore in here, Mrs. Otto. What? I disagree. Can I move? What happens if I leave? Ah!
Bye, bitch.
What? I didn't think it would let me.
I mean, it's not like you can do anything anywhere else.
Yeah, but like, still. Hey, want to see my armband? Mr. Windibank, about this.
Look at this armband.
Let me see. I'll give you tuppence for it. No, I don't want to pawn it.
Is tuppence like 10 pence? I assume?
I have no idea.
They use a lot of, like, old British slang.
I don't know what any of the currency means in this game.
A pence is like, a pence refers to a penny. But pennies were obviously worth a lot more back then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of inflation.
Violin. Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes? This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windibank. The color of the wood is different, it has holes in it, and it's not even the same size. I love the fact, the reason why it was probably so out of tune is because he was playing it like a violin, even though it's a fucking viola. Has nothing to do with your fucking instrument skills, or your musical skills. A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Oh fuck, I forgot about this gag.
Oh, yep. I hate this gag, but also what the fuck, guys?
I shall have to take my own life! This is so casually morbid.
Yeah, like... no content warnings, just... Hello.
I don't think that will be necessary, do you? If I may just say one thing before I pop off. Pop off, King.
Pop off, King.
Yes. It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day. I believe. Sorry? As I recall, I entered the store to fetch your violin when I heard, here it is. You did. And when I turned to controvert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me. He fucking fell over. I feel like that needs to be a gif. Sholmes collapsing like that. No, stop, my dear fellow. The fault is mine. Send it to me in Discord. Phew.
There you go.
Oh my god. Hold on.
I love this animation so much, though.
I'm checking the Discord. Gurk.
There are a surprising number of gifs if you just search Herlock Sholmes.
That does not surprise me one bit. It would appear that the fight is over. Lane, can I make a request? Mm-hmm. Can you voice Sholmes and also the shop guy? I cannot do their voices.
Let me just finish eating real quick. I've got like one more bite. I've got one more bite of my burger, and then I will. I'm browsing Herlock Sholmes gift right now.
Borgor.
Sholmes in the microwave. Okay.
What?
Throwing away the bag my food came in. Wait, if you're gonna have me voice somebody, should probably screen share.
Oh shit. I guess that's a good point, huh?
The game will look fine. Okay. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Winterbank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated the tragedy.
I regret everything.
You're welcome.
Lynn, if I quit this game, know that it will be your fault.
Well, you wouldn't be hurt, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, without that questionable disposition, now would you?
I need to get my fucking mouth fixed, because I can't do voices, because my fucking mouth is dumb. I just slur my words and shit.
It's okay.
No, it's not!
I do believe you may be right, sir.
It's either laugh or cry, I suppose.
You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I need to remind you of the peculiar collection of items you brought through my door in the past.
Sorry. I was hydrating.
I'm also hydrating, so... Okay.
Oh, peculiar items?
The extreme map. For example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Herlock Sholmes or some such.
Oh my, a new full-fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I've yet to read, you mean?
Ah, forgive me!
Bro! Wait, before you die, you must tell me more!
Susanna's just accepted that. This man's fucking gone.
I don't know if this is like at all like appropriate, but I feel like that's kind of what makes it funny.
Yeah,
Like this is like dark humor at its like finest, I guess. Unpublished story.
Why is it just looping that animation for his? Why?
I must know more. Tell me everything. Wow, Zato-san is really fired up now. God, why is it so fucking hot in my room? Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof?
Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see. I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Winterbank. For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir, not a farthing more.
I don't know what a shilling is.
I don't know what those. I don't know those currencies. It houses something of very great value indeed.
Indeed!
The latest manuscript recounting the adventures of one Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I beg your pardon, a manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here.
When is somebody gonna die?
And that was like...
I wonder if this guy's gonna die.
As such, Mr. Holmes's latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom.
Mr. Holmes, is that really true? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this?
I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely. Of course, sir, of course. The same as out with me, I tell you. On my life.
I can't handle this. This is all very strange.
Why is it just on this animation? I swear to God.
Oh, I don't want to move. Can I look around finally?
We leave and come back and he's still pointing the gun at himself. Oh no, cursed. Cursed.
Let's have some tea, Suzato.
Son, I need a break. This man stresses me out. Pop Winterbank stresses me the fuck out.
Yeah, wonder if I can
What are you
examine
doing?
anything else. I'm having fun.
You were just talking about, like, I wonder when somebody's gonna die. Let's solve even more.
Oh, he's back to normal.
Oh, he's back to normal, okay.
Aw.
That would have been really funny.
I wonder, could I ask you something?
Ah, a gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that same old suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 for it.
Are you saying I should take off my clothes? Alright. Look away first.
Oh my god. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull.
Sorry?
Oh, but for your splendid attire, ma'am. 5 guineas, no less.
I'm just gonna pretend when they say guineas, they're talking about guinea pigs.
The colors are exquisite, the design exotic, Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say.
Oh my! 5 guineas, you say? How interesting. Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Because you're an Ace Attorney protagonist, this always happens. Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it says that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London.
Yes, so indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you described. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure storage.
Stowage.
Stowage.
Oh, whoa.
Oh well.
Stowage.
It's stowage as in the verb to stow something, but also stowage. Ooh. If in that time they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned.
But What happens if they don't pay you the money?
Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you could see on the shelves behind me.
So you never sell items before the 2 months has
You see the
passed?
thinker statue in the background, by the way? It's the same fucking thinker from Ace 31.
Oh my god! The one on the right?
Yeah.
I did not see that.
I think a lot of these items are actually references to other Ace Attorney games.
We'll have to look around and see if we can recognize any. So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed then?
That's right, ma'am, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders.
Which is why he has issues, clearly.
For a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all. The very idea, Mr. Winterbank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually. He says after, like, this morning.
I hate him so much.
I love this fucking idiot.
I want nothing more than to just pummel him with my fists. Says the man who was telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning.
Bruh. And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs.
Oh, what sort of measures?
I engineered a simple device which Mr. Winterbank has installed here in his shop. I call it the Red-Handed Recorder.
It's actually just a recorder, the instrument, but there's a red hand on it.
Is that not so, Mr. Winterbank?
Horrid hot cross bun starts to play. What was that deep sigh about? No, not more. What on earth is a red-handed recorder? I already told you, Ryunosuke. It's an instrument. It plays music.
Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are two just below the ceiling.
I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Oh god, it's Danganronpa V3 Chapter 1.
Show him set up security cameras, oh god. Very astute. It is indeed a camera furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film.
Somebody's gonna die in here. I think it's gonna be the guy.
And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here, I have an example I can show you.
Yeah, we're currently standing in a crime scene. Assumed to be a crime scene.
It's almost like all this setup is important for something. What? Ah, yes! A print from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter.
I've played enough mystery games now where it's like, if they go into a lot of detail about something, or about things in a room, it probably means that's because somebody's going to die in there later.
I developed a special type of film so sensitive it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness.
Really? That's extraordinary. Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look. I should just do like a Game Grumps girl TM voice for Suzato.
So you see, you were someone to enter the premises with ill intent his identity. What?
Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look.
Oh my god. With ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed.
But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals?
Indeed, as you say, my dear madam.
Indeed!
Indeed!
Then what if the incident were to occur in between times?
One could only say that would be a cruel twist of fate!
I can't. What?
He's so dumb.
A cruel twist of fate, i.e., the most likely scenario.
Mans can develop even technology that isn't even available in like modern day with those freaking crystal clear night vision cameras, but cannot process a single mote of information. I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for disbelief. I beg your pardon, Mr. Windermere. Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You most graciously placed not one, but 2 cameras in my shop after all. Which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older.
And then I will have to die. Here is my gun.
Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbroker, you know? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh my god. Oh, heaven help us. Safety and security come at a price. Jesus Christ, man predicted fucking surveillance capitalism. Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin.
Yeah, that's an actual violin. It's so red. That is mahogany!
Ah, the very thing! Thank you, Mr. Winderbank. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you... Mark the end of the peculiar items you try to pop, Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer.
Stop! I really think you ought to stop waving the gun around. Someone could get hurt.
We're not.
Sorry?
I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed.
That's not really what I meant.
Oh my god. Good day to you, then, Mr. Winderbank. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Holmes.
So this guy, the way he's gonna die is he's gonna get shot in the head. And people are gonna be like, oh, he killed himself. But in reality, somebody else actually did it. Possibly the guy that comes in later.
He killed himself.
Nagito Komaeda, we did this for hope.
Oh.
So, Mr. Naruhodo, now we can explore at last. Oh, thank God. I don't know what I would have done if I had to wait much longer. Look at that enormous ledger open on the counter there.
Mr. Winderbank is, if nothing else, very particular about recording the items he accepts.
He'd have to be, otherwise he'd get himself into all sorts of trouble. Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. This revolver here. Why are we laughing? We should not be laughing at this. This is very messed up.
It's really messed up, but also it's like presented in such a way that it's really funny.
The tonal dissonance is too much to handle.
Yeah. Do not entertain even a single thought of pilfering an article herein, my dear fellow.
Hold on, I just want to check my stream and make sure that it's... Oh, dicks.
I assure you, Mr. Winderbank would not hesitate to draw that weapon with a speed belying his portly size.
Oh, you don't mean he'd...
Blow his brains out, indeed, in recompense for his blunder. Oh my god!
Indeed!
Indeed!
Also, hold on, I'm gonna redo the Twitch stream, not the Twitch stream, the Discord stream.
Yeah, if you need to put the 15 FPS.
It's already in 15 FPS. I'm putting it in visual novel mode.
Oh, okay.
Oh my. But in any case, of course we would never do such a thing. How could you even suggest it? I hope that the, what is it, like 5 FPS that it is not too unbearable.
I mean, it's fine. It's just a shame because this game has beautiful 60 FPS animations.
Yeah, but it was sort of like laggy on the stream, so.
Yeah, I get it.
There seems to be a little door hidden behind that curtain there.
That leads to the storage room, where Mr. Winterbank keeps articles that are currently in pawn.
Ah, I see.
There's nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly wouldn't recommend any larcenous activity.
Recommend it or not, it's not something I tend to do.
There is but one key, and Mr. Winterbank keeps it in his pocket at all times.
Okay, so somebody's gonna kill him to get the key in his pocket so they can get into the door to steal something that's inside. I have this figured out.
Before he sleeps, he places it into a small pot, which he slides under his pillow. How on earth do you know about that, Mr. Holmes?
I must kill myself because you know this information.
I am a detective, sir. It is my business to know what others do not. I am frequently assailed by information that I neither care for nor wish to retain.
Mr. Holmes, you are a wonder! And the prime suspect of this pawnbroker is ever burgled. I love the word burgle.
Ah, yes, to burgle. We do be burgling out here. Burgling, 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 burgling. Burgling, burgling, burgling.
The song that plays in this room sounds like a waltz.
It might actually be like a 1, 2, 3, 1.
Yeah, I think it's in 3/4.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do. It's actually funny because I feel like when it comes to time signatures in music, sorry for the tangent.
Engine time pog.
I feel like 3/4 and 6/8 are really hard to hear the difference between. Like, oftentimes it's like you could count this in 6 or in 3. This song though is easily, this is like you only would count this in 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Da 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 da. You know? Anyway. What an assortment of things that are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks, and watches. Oh my! Almost anything you care to imagine.
Those are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker.
What does that really mean, though?
When you pawn, or colloquially pop, an item, the broker loans your money against its worth. Oh, that's why his name is Pop Winterbank. Okay. Gotcha. That's funny. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid if
Hold
not.
on. Oh! Pop... Yeah, he didn't actually say his name. He was just Mr. Winterbank.
Mr. Winterbank.
The proprietor of a pawnbroker on Baker Street that is regularly patronized by Mr. Holmes. He has a very great sense of responsibility to his... I feel like that's an understatement.
He is free to display it in his shop for sale at a price of his choosing.
Oh, yes. Now you explained it. I'm noticing little price tags on everything.
Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So, you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow.
Yeah, strip Rinosuke. Do it. My treasured university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit! Man, that's the most unrelatable thing I've ever heard.
Imagine having a school uniform.
Student spirit. Look at this! What could this lovely big shiny box be? That,
sorry.
my dear madam, is a music box. Continue.
Surely you have such things in your own country.
Oh my! Yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before.
Shall we listen for a while?
No. Ah, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels. I've never heard anything like it before in my life.
This particular specimen is of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There is a metal disc inside on which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you can imagine can be played.
My goodness, what a simply delightful machine.
Sorry.
Indeed.
Indeed! Though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course.
Who are you texting?
Ajax, they might stop by stream later, by the
Oh
way.
boy.
I told them that you're playing Great Ace Tony Blind, and they're like, oh, I want to see that, damn, but they're planning for our TTRPG session tomorrow.
Have they also played this game?
I don't know. I might ask.
Ah. Science and technology advance at just such an overwhelming pace. Everything that interaction just left my brain the instant that it entered.
It was the music box talking about how music boxes work.
Now what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does? It seems to have two little windows for looking through.
Oh, sorry.
Allow me to enlighten you, my
enlighten
dear
you,
fellows.
my dear fellows. What you are looking at is a stereoscope.
A stereoscope. Fascinating.
It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself.
Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I just have a look.
Just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows.
Wouldn't it would really be nice if this game had?
Full voice acting?
Yeah.
Yeah, this game, despite everything, these games are still tiny budget.
In order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed.
This game looks very good. This is definitely the best looking Ace Attorney game that I've seen.
Oh, yeah, by far.
However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today.
Alright then, I'm gonna try it. Mr. Naruhodo, you must see! At once! Oh, alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose.
Why is it playing, like, the intense investigation music?
Because it's really important. What the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it.
Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They're often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them.
Oh dear. What a horrible time this must be. Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic? This is basically just the 3DS, but like primitive.
This is like 1800s 3D imaging by layering two images on top of each other, cross-eyed.
It is no magic, my dear madam. It is, well, far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day.
It's really not. You just cross your eyes and it looks like you're seeing two images as one. And because of that, it looks like the image has more depth than it actually does.
Yeah.
But go off, I guess.
Pop
Off. Right, Pop?
Fucking wind bank.
Oh. Well, that was very enlightening. That was necessary to see for everybody. Look at this! Whatever could it be used for? I have no idea. Ah! There's a small catch just here. Look! We're gonna open it, aren't we? Oh my! That's amazing! It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism. Which we'll never manage to put back to the way it was before.
What are you two doing?
Let's not talk about it. What? Us? Nothing. No, nothing at all. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. Feels as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere.
Oh, it's almost like it's like a handheld stereoscope.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
3 globes of gold. Is that some sort of charm?
Dear me, have you not seen that sign before?
No, never.
The 3 golden balls are, in Great Britain at least, the universal sign of a pawnbrokery.
I've got big balls, and you've got big balls.
What?
And we've got big balls.
What the fuck?
There are more than 700 such establishments in the capital, all showing the same sign.
Oh, I see.
I had not imagined your ignorance was so profound.
I want to ignorance your fucking face into the floor. Oh, well, what is the significance of the 3 golden balls then? Does it have some special meaning? Please stop calling them balls.
In the balls.
My balls.
My balls.
Balls, balls.
Enlightening.
That is entirely unimportant here, dear madam. Irrelevant to even...
You mean you don't know? That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th of April, today's date.
Yes, that sounds for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style pay-to-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date.
The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Winterbank.
And who was it who walked out of here before? Who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before? It wasn't even a violin.
Well, when the agreed so much period has passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
Oh, yes!
If I miss a day, I must kill myself!
That delivery was perfect, thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome.
Oh, yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. Yeah, she's dedicated, alright. Oh, fuck, it's Gina.
What? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair and you know it.
The article is barely on the penny, miss. I cannot offer more. Can I voice Gina?
Yeah, I couldn't do her voice if I tried. Sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter.
Come on, that can't be right. Have you had a proper butcher's at it? I've seen all I need. Oh wait. Oh wait, no, this isn't the. I've seen all I need to see younger. I don't think this is Pop. Oh no, it is. Sorry.
Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her. Oh, yes, it's the young lady from Mr. McGilden's trial 2 months ago. I'll voice the other guy that comes in later.
Okay.
Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a dancer, earns her crest among large crowds, rather than people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket.
Gino with gun.
I also hate you, Gina. What? Why do I like this game? Every character is, like, insufferable.
Gordon Bennett, you lot!
Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well.
I love the fucking gun. You should. What? You remember me then, do ya?
Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure.
So, what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Coming to pop that black weasel. Sorry, coat, have you?
What is it about this black uniform that makes everybody comment on? They just want you to strip, Ryanosuke. It's not that hard to understand.
Ah, good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ah, Mr. Sholmes! So, you have something of value upon, do you? Allow me to see the article. I shall negotiate with Mr. Winterbank on your behalf. Pull the other one. I don't need help from some stuck-up gay. Get out of my business. Go on, or I'll make trouble for you.
This voice is God tier.
You're welcome. Thank you. As you wish, Miss Lestrade, I will happily remove myself from your presence.
Bye.
I'll see ya.
He's really done it. He's gone.
Just left the fucking pawn shop. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here.
What was that noise? I'm sorry.
You're welcome. Okay.
What is that thing he has? The gun? Oh. Some kind of metal disc.
You! Go on, leave me alone!
Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest. Suzato-san can really stand her ground when she wants to. I feel like nothing phases Suzato. She really is just like Maya Fey with a new paint of skin. But you know, it's fine. Let's ignore everybody.
Oh god, the spade.
Oh, fucking. But
Oh, it's not time for browsing. We have to talk with Gina. I mean, I won't complain. I love Gina, but
no. We're leaving.
bye.
Wait, is Sholmes here?
I don't know if he actually left the pawn shop.
But it would be so funny if he did.
It would be very funny.
Also, what a fucking Easter egg. Man, everything in this game is in fucking waltz time. It's kind of fun.
This game has really good music.
Okay. We'll talk to you. Actually, no. We're gonna talk to the other guy first. Miss Lestrade's dick.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Windybank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
Ah, this is a music disc, you see, for use in a music box.
In a music box?
What? You don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern ain't too savvy, eh?
I know what a music box is, I've just never seen one of these discs before. I've never seen one of these dicks before.
The small protrusion on the metal
Ryunosuke when he lies.
to encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going, and beautiful music plays.
It's so incredible! Tell us, what tune is on this disc?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for.
Ah, I see.
And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny.
That's a packet of lies. He told me he did. He said it was, well,
He? Who?
never you mind. Just ain't right. That's all. That disc worth good money. I know it is.
Well, then you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbrokers, won't you?
Ah! Shane Lestrade.
He's been in before, of course. This little tatterdemalion. Demalion?
I see.
And wrote some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add.
Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, mate.
So, is there something dubious about the discs she brought in today?
Well, if only it were that simple.
Sorry? What do you mean?
What she actually has brought in was a storage ticket.
Ah, a storage ticket. So, Mrs. Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff what needs storing.
Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious.
The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest. I was obliged to return the article to you.
But, what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windybank.
The scamp is wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat she redeemed.
Oh.
What? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does.
So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all of this?
Ah, this is something else. A new article upon if the girl and I can agree on a price.
New article upon. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today.
It's really quite simple.
You dumbass.
Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, you say.
For this heavy black coat which you returned to her care, as I understood it.
That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, we went rifling through the pockets.
Oh, you mean...
What? Don't you you know it's rude to stare at a lady.
I also want to punch your face in, Gina. Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
Yes, exactly that.
And she immediately tried to pawn it. For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think.
Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would.
Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place?
Well, me?
You're such a bad liar. It doesn't really appear to be your size.
Me old man. It's me old man's, ain't it?
Is it, Miss Lestrade? Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious.
Didn't you say you were an orphan back in the other trial, Gina? You good?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Out of my way, please.
Oh, here he comes.
Oh god. I hate him too! Who's this picture? The only good character in this entire game is Cosmo, and he's dead! Why? What is up with this?
I don't know what's your thing with these game's characters. I love them.
I don't actually hate them. They just have a very specific energy that's like both entertaining and also insufferable.
I will completely agree with that.
Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen.
What's your problem, eh?
There is no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve. Why am I, like, still 13?
Felt that.
A young pickpocket who we met first during that trial 2 months ago. She and Iris have become firm friends since. Why can't I see Rinosuke on this?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, Phoenix didn't have a profile in the original trilogy, so.
I guess.
Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line.
Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket.
Eh? Who are you? How do you know who I am?
The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems.
What? You mean from you?
Broker.
Yes, sir.
I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no?
Yes.
The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Oh my.
That's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say, any music box discs too. This guy's probably gonna be the murderer, isn't he?
I love how dramatic his animations are.
No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's. Or it was. Now it's mine.
Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation.
Where is Sholmes? Sholmes removed himself.
Good.
He has disappeared.
Yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Ryunosuke centrist.
Centrist moment.
God, who do I even talk to first? The gentleman's accusation. Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying...
What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on me life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before.
Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You slow it, didn't you? That ticket you brought it here just now.
I remember the place where I stopped this initially was around the time this third dude came into the scene, so...
No, I swear it. I swear to God.
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets. Yet again. I feel like this guy would call me a slur.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes, as you can see, I'm a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these backslum scoundrels. Now then, relinquish my overcoat.
Come along now, Mr. Strahd. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police.
Hold on, why does everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy go, and you think I'm the dodgy one?
I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you.
Can we just, like, leave? I don't like any of these people.
Well, what about evidence? Yeah! Where's the evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it.
Oh, I have evidence, naturally.
You what?
You what, mate?
Evidence! Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman. Of course! We need only consult Mr. Windibank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited this article in the first place. Yes, brilliant!
I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Alright, because he just uses his fucking memory like a dipshit. Oh!
I never ask customers' names. It's a strict policy of mine.
But why not?
Well now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider.
I mean, they could just use a pseudonym. Or a fake name.
A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
So then they could just use a fucking fake name. Yes, I see. But then, how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir, might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the
Oh,
article in
okay.
question?
That actually makes sense. Okay. Of course, it's... Professor.
That's right. And all the evidence we need.
You know, Professor... Laying siege to a keep is a lot like asking a girl out on a date.
Oh my god!
Hey, teach. My teacher.
Fire Emblem Three Houses, but every time they refer to Byleth, they say bestie and not professor. Lynn?
I'm water. I choked on my water.
I'm sorry.
Everything's fine. on without me. I'm gonna mute myself.
I can't. I didn't think I was that funny.
Why is it stuck? I'm fine. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt.
Were you laughing at me?
No, I wasn't laughing. I was just choking.
Okay. Maybe I'll order some Panera tonight.
Oh, Panera sounds good.
Panera bread. A watchword. Interesting.
Bread.
Mostly because I don't want to like leave my dorm to get food, even though it costs more money. Watchwords. So about these watchwords, Mr. Windibank.
As I just explained. I never ask customers' names when they deposited with me. There are many reasons why certain
Jesus
customers
Christ.
keep their activity secret. Oh my god.
Please, can we fucking strike a fucking spear through his heart or something? Like...
Sholmes is the next victim.
Chapter 5 of the second game, Sholmes dies. That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it? Great detectives have no dark secrets, none at all. Yeah, they definitely don't.
What are you thinking of?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking of anything in specific.
Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask a watchword whenever I search a new article. In many ways, like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault.
We've been streaming for 2 hours now.
Yeah, this is a long-ass case, my guy.
We've been standing around in this pawn shop talking for 2 hours. Or an hour and a half, actually.
The data deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to believe something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword.
And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article? Then why did you give it back to Gina? Did she steal the watchword?
That means Gina must know the watchword somehow, right?
Yeah.
That's right, sir, yes, just as soon as the requisite fee is paid.
By the way, Lynn, if I'm asking questions, usually it's rhetorical.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And I have supplied you with the information you require already, but for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat deposited 2 months ago on the 15th of February. With the watchword of Professor.
All perfectly correct information, sir. But how?
Really, this is beyond a joke now. There's no further room for doubt.
Ugh.
Why is Gina surprised by that? I feel like it would be obvious that he would know that shit. There's more to this, apparently. Picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you? One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though, clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry, yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh, yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. That was so gay. Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown-colored soup dressed up with exotic spices. You might be thinking of somewhere else. What was that theatrical gesticulation about? Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir,
I hate this so much.
you offer your own name first before inquiring after the name of another. Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really. My name is Susato Mikitoba. I am Mr. Naruhodo's assistant. Okay, I'll stop. I see. My name is Benedict. Fucking shit. The game made the joke before I could. Yes, Egbert Benedict. Enchante. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious. Now, to the matter at hand. My overcoat. Return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off.
Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't stand watching it.
Oh my
I'll
god.
be watching you.
Every move you make, every breath you take, I'll be watching. I'll be watching you.
This is so cursed.
I don't know how loud that was, but I hope it was very annoying. See, I do remember her saying that because I put it on my Snapchat story because I thought it was funny.
So, and that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Egbert Benedict, sir.
God, I hate that like movement he does there. It sounds like he should be moaning while he does it. Like, I'm sorry.
We are so cursed.
With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back.
This is why I hate grown-ups.
Grown-ups.
Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar.
And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker.
Well, of course, sir. Here's the disc for you.
Just this one?
Pardon, sir?
I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another. Another disc.
Oh, oh dear. Who's ready for the gun? I was going to inform you, sir, that what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now.
So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, aren't you?
Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute, that disc is mine. Oh.
What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal! Oh my, yes, there's blood on the disc. I don't remember this shit. It's because of all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them. He's wearing gloves.
I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me old man.
How would it draw blood if he's wearing... Well, I guess not.
If it's sharp, I could prick the
If it's sharp enough, yeah.
So you're not having it. Oi, you take it.
Me?
If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again. So you keep hold of it.
Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? Alright. A metal disc used to play music in a mechanical box. This piece of music, which remains unidentified, is stored on the disc by means of small protrusions. Alright. Hold on. Oh, shit. For McGilded? Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck onto the reverse side of the disc. Look. And a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. That could mean multiple things. For McGilded. McGilded? It couldn't be. But it is Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget for as long as I live. But why? Why is his name on this?
And this is where things start to get spicy.
Yeah. Music box disc's information has been updated in the court record. Metal disc used to play music in the mechanical box. On the reverse side is a note that reads, For McGilded. I could think of several things this might potentially mean, but I don't know what it could be yet. For McGilded. The surname of the man whose innocence you secured in the trial 2 months ago, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. A trial I'll never forget. Not least because of the tragic accident that followed in which McGilded was killed. Right, okay. But why would his name be on this music box disc? Yeah, also, McGilded was the murderer. I don't remember why, but he was definitely the murderer. I'm afraid I have absolutely no idea, but one thing seems certain. This surely cannot be a simple coincidence. Oh, it's the same thing. Oh, that's so weird. This song is definitely a remix of a song that was in the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all the little bumps on the disc. They're so tiny. Yes, the protrusions are called pins, and they pluck the teeth of the comb to make notes. Oh, interesting. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood. Yes, the blood of the mysterious Mr. Eggerts Benedict. I hate that name. I hate it so much. When Miss Lestrade tried to grab the disc from him, the pin scratched his fingers, it seems. Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger. Ouch, just thinking about it hurts. Puts me off eating radish. Is there anything else to say about this? Okay. Okay, well this is very interesting. Whether or not, regardless of who this belongs to, whether it's Gina or, Mr. Eggert Benedict, that's very interesting. Because, for McGilded, that's... Oof. You there, in the black livery. Livery? Hand that disc to me at once, please.
No, don't! He's lying. Grown-ups are all liars.
Gina, are you 7?
She's 17, I think.
Yes, I know. I saw her profile. Also, speaking of profiles...
Ryuji moment.
Why does he look like that? A young English gentleman with an aloof and a high-handed manner. He appeared at Windibank's pawnbrokery, accusing Gina of stealing his redemption ticket. He looks like a male character in like a book from the 50s. Like a children's book. Oh no! Wanna know what he He makes me think of that one Tumblr post. That's like... Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay.
Oh, that's not helpful. Well, whatever. He looks stupid is all I'm saying. What do I do now? How am I gonna resolve this? You snap it in half.
Sholmes, you good?
No. God, why can I examine everything? Okay. Alright. What? Oh, weird. I really don't want to talk to you, so I won't. Mr. Windybank is clearly at a loss here. We have to do something about this before he reaches for that revolver of his.
Oh my god!
I will commit murder on myself! Look at those piercing eyes. He's clearly in no mood to talk. We have to do something quickly before this mysterious gentleman leaves to fetch the police or something. Not the pouty face.
Angie. No, talk me. I Angie.
She looks like... She doesn't look mad enough, is what I'm saying. She literally looks like a small child mad that, like, her like, toy was taken away. Wow, Miss Lestrade is really looking daggers at that mysterious gentleman. We need to do something to calm things down before blah 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 blah. No, I think she should attack him. I'll film it. I'll post it to TikTok. We'll go viral.
Eating the rich.
Yeah, I mean, normally I'm not one for, like, you know,
Advocating violence.
yeah, but I think both of these two need to commit violence against each other. I hate them both. I'm on nobody's side because I think they should both lose. Mr. Sholmes? Mr. Sholmes? What are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see.
So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo.
You were just fucking standing there. Sorry?
After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So, feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, this 7% solution of caramel.
Oh my god. I don't know how to deal with these people.
Your exasperation is so funny.
This is why I stopped playing this game.
Because I find this hilarious, personally.
Ray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you?
I'm just not gonna question it.
I was so lonely, so desperately lonely.
Okay, then fucking download Grindr. Bitch.
Gay ass.
Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know.
Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered.
You really were sad, weren't you? Oh, poor Mr. Sholmes. I feel simply awful for Susato. She really is just Maya.
She's a Sholmes stan.
It would seem.
Yeah, and Maya was a fucking Steel Samurai stan. It's the same energy.
That my inferences are correct.
Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again. Oh God, no.
My dear madam, sometimes I
No.
wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized?
No.
How much could I pawn it for?
It seems Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration. But who knows if it'll help to resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here?
Leave it.
I don't know, if Mr. Sholmes starts on one of his wild rambling deductions now, it could just fan the flames of this argument. I think it would be sensible to try something else. Mr. Naruhodo, what are you saying? The great detective has made one of his great deductions. He's sure to cut straight to the heart of the matter. Will he? Will he? That's what I'm worried about. We don't need any more cuts around here.
Dear me, you seem decidedly agitated.
Go, like, fuck yourself with your pipe there.
Oh my god.
Clearly, I shall have to take the reins.
Use it as a catheter.
Oh my god.
Yes, please do, Mr. Sholmes. Well, looks like we're gonna hear this deduction whether I like it or not.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Strahd, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament.
I hate this man. I hate him so much.
Where blue blazes have you been, eh? Pardon? When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away, not an hour later.
There he goes.
Hard. And who, pray tell, are you?
There he's standing up again.
Mr. Agate Benedict. You have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Sorry, I have to do the very, very, exaggerated American accent with this guy.
The first is this. The true reason for your visit to the pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation, one you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions?
How? He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg. He kind of looks like, what's the... Mr. McGill did, honestly. I wonder if they're related. Their facial structure is similar, and the hat is, like, the same. It would seem that once again Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction. Just who do you think you are, sir?
Ah, yes, as I hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for.
He looks so pained.
So, Shall we begin?
Please, God, no.
The time has come for yet another Herlock
No.
Sholmes logic and reasoning spectacular.
I cannot do this right now.
The game is afoot. Topic 1. Mystery Man's aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer.
What?
The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need for such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane which you unwittingly clutched to your person exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction.
What utter rot! I've had this cane for years!
The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule.
Hey Siri, what is a ferrule? That's not what I asked.
Oh no.
She gave me feral. What is a ferrule? Not front rule. Okay, I'll just fucking Google it. Fuck you. A ferrule, fuck, is any number of types of objects generally used for fastening, joining, sealing, or reinforcement. Oh, that's boring.
I think it's like a piece of metal you put on the bottom of a cane.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The end of any walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip.
Just the tip is fine.
And yet, detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane,
Oh shit.
is in fact no cane at all. The adventure of the unspeakable story.
I don't know how far I got in this one, but... Oh god, not 10-10-2021.
Oop.
Yikes. Okay, we're overwriting it.
You recoil, sir. Is something wrong?
Well,
And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear?
That's what I asked to all my first dates.
Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused.
Kinky.
Oh my god.
What walking cane demands such a stout handle, music?
Sorry, everything he's saying sounds like a euphemism. I can't help it.
But of course, as I said, this is no walking game. No, that rod... is the broken handle of a shovel.
Somehow I don't think that's so... Are you insane?
And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here.
I don't think I'm doing the right voice for this guy, but I never claimed to be good at voices, so...
You're fine.
No, I'm not!
Was to take employ at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises.
What?
What a calculated crime you've conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime.
The crime of capitalism. To tunnel
To
underneath the pawnbrokery? I hate him so much.
Great crime.
Ah!
Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning.
This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose? Say for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say?
Oh, but there is ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped.
What?
What? Let us consider what would motivate a man
What?
to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. And the answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. And this letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewerage works, beneath the shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road.
This madness is under the sewers now, has it?
By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway that flows in very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite.
What are you? I'm gonna try and change this guy's voice. What are you?
Okay.
In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels.
No! No, he did not! He did no such
Look
thing!
like he needs monies.
Master plan?
Which brings us to the last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank?
Are you quite serious?
Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know.
No. A postcard of the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you've quite lost me.
Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. And the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower.
Right, this has been talked about throughout the game so far.
Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank on the other side of this road.
Pardon?
Yes, the considerable crime you've been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of that bank, the special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes.
Man, what do we even do with him? Hold on, I'm moving something that's bugging me. Fuck shit, dicks, cocks. There we go.
Rinosuke's shoulders hurt from carrying this idiot.
My shoulders hurt from carrying this idiot. Quite literally. Okay. Sorry, I have so many wires on my desk.
Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please.
Mans casually reveals secret evidence.
Oh, thank God.
Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle.
I'm so done with you, Sholmes. I haven't even played this game in literal months, and I'm already done with you. Mr. Sholmes?
Well, Mr. Naruhodo? An impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness, would you not agree?
Was it true when you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault?
Indeed! Though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets.
Also, Lynn, I'm gonna request that you not give me help for this next part, because, or
Okay,
any,
cool.
any of the, like, deduction stuff, because I think, if I'm stupid, it deserves to be known and to be seen.
I don't remember the exact details of this case, regardless, so.
Gregson told me in the strictest of confidence.
Jesus Christ. But
Greg's just gonna murder you.
you just announced it to everyone here, rather loudly, in fact.
Ah,
And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it?
there can be but one explanation for that. Clearly it is because the man is a criminal.
I feel like this is like the ironic theory crafting that some people do on streams, but like completely like unironic. Like played completely straight.
But also completely for laughs, like.
Is it funny though? I don't know if it's funny.
I think it's funny.
Well, your humor is dumb. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he's a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret.
Oh,
Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windibank will. He already has plenty of shovels here after all.
on my life, I said you're not so unscrupulous. Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care.
Please look in a mirror, I beg of you.
One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out.
Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes.
An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea.
I don't want to hear him laugh at me. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to that great deduction again and see if we can massage it into shape. Which I won't, because Sholmes may be
Very
stupid,
well, then.
but I'm
Let's start once
stupider.
more from the beginning.
Okay. Doing this before I lose all my health.
Of Sherlock Sholmes' magnificent logic and reasoning, spectacular.
Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes.
First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer.
So, by Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor. Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. What the fuck is this shit? But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. Question is, where? What did Mr. Benedict bring here at this particular point in time? What is he holding behind his back? Oh, shit. Oh! Look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here. I don't believe it. What is it? Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade. Height, 5'2". Oh, she's short. Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Goodness! There's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Although if you showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure. And look! The details of the shop have been written down here too. Windibank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street, redemption deadline, 15th of April. Which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of that piece of paper? Okay, well, that's definitely it. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade.
Why, so, my dear fellow, it would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket, Miss Lestrade, and to Mr. Windibank's pawnbrokery here.
Oh! Ah! You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you.
But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. Gina's angry.
It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today. By which I mean... Here, to Windibank's Pawnbrokery, and today, the redemption deadline of that overcoat.
Oh, you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive.
Humph.
And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions.
Oh!
The cane, which you unwillingly clutched to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction.
Unwittingly?
Unwittingly.
You unwillingly clutched to your person. What does that even mean?
You're welcome.
What utter rot! I've had this cane for years!
The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule.
What's a ferrule? It's the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, the bit that makes the nice clacking sound in the pavement. Yes, exactly. And Mr. Holmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane. But it doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Holmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's something secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. Look here, Mrs. Otto. There's some letters on the handle. Ah, yes, those must be initials, I think. AG. AG Cook. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names. So Sherlock Holmes would be SH, you mean? That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously... Oh. AG. Why does it feel as though that's not quite right? Is there anything else I could potentially examine?
Stylish hat.
As stylish as it is, no doubt. I doubt this white top hat suits the man, do you? I don't think this white top hat suits the man, do you? I agree. No, not at all. The more I look at it, the more something strikes me as suspicious about it. It looks so much like the McGilded top hat. I think perhaps... it's not so much that it strikes you as suspicious, but rather that the hat is just striking. I suppose you're probably right. Perhaps the hat isn't what we're looking for. Yeah, it's the initialing.
Take that!
The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing.
A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict?
Shut up.
We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are E.B.
Every day's great at your dearness.
What the fuck? That was a thought process and a half to get to that conclusion.
Yet in a most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials A.G. An incontrovertible contradiction
Fuck.
indeed, would you not agree?
Have there been any characters in this game so far with AG as their initials? Don't answer this. God, I can't remember any of the names of the characters in the early cases. That's fine. No, you're wrong. This cane isn't. You said before that you had that cane for years. Grr. So don't try to tell us you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park.
In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name.
Did he just rip his pants?
That's definitely what it sounded like. What the fuck? No more pants. Bye.
You recoil, sir. Is something wrong?
He should strip. Everybody should strip. No clothing for the men in this game. Other than the shop owner, he can stay clothed.
And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear?
It's only 2 inches.
My god.
Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see.
Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat. And now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Oh shit. Oh my god, that's the thing that ripped. Okay. And they're probably gonna say that it ripped so easily, so it must be a really cheap overcoat. Therefore, he obviously doesn't own it. Alright, I see where this is going. Oh, the seam on the shoulder there is coming apart. Look! And so it is. Do you know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said, I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. It sounded like a bit like a tiny growl. But now I think it was probably the sound of this seam ripping open. If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. The seams are stretched to bursting, and he wouldn't have a hope of fastening it at the front. If he were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart. That I'd like to see. Sorry? So how can we make Mr. Benedict run around? She's really giving this some thought. Yeah, that's it. The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Ah!
Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit.
That wasn't what I was thinking, but... Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart.
My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so boldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket.
Ah!
This catalogue of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Winterbank. But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed.
Yeah, because it was dumb.
To abscond with a redeemed item.
Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. We must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning.
This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman designed to wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pawnage. Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place? How could I possibly have known the relevant details? N'est-ce pas? I don't think I said that right, but it's fine.
Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped.
What? What?
Let us consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword relating to the pawned property of another. The method is revealed by the council notes on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn.
The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think. Yes, no more talk of tunneling into the sewers. Oh, thank God. Which is a pity, because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Winterbank never would never allow you to redeem the article. Or, looking at it another way, if you did know that word, Mr. Winterbank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Oh God. Okay, so what are my options? Look at this, Mrs. Otto. Look at this graph. Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Winterbank has scribbled to himself. Let's see, what does it say? Oh, Professor. Mr. Winterbank must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. And an alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see?
It's the revolver!
The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn.
Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article.
Whenever a customer comes.
Come.
Cummies.
He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on a notelet he has to hand.
Hold on. I'm gonna order food really quick
Okay.
before I forget. We will take a quick recess. I want my macaroni. Maki.
Maki.
Kibo. Fucking shit. View menu. Yes, I want my mac and cheese. My dummy thick mac and cheese. Add to my bag, please. Yes. Alright, well, hopefully the Grubhub person doesn't call me. Because that would be really awkward.
You can always just mute yourself in OBS and on Discord if you need.
Look, it's fine.
Oh.
Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches the article in question.
I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about?
It is increasingly apparent that you were present in the shop before your accusation against Mr. Strahd.
In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Windibank.
When the diligent broker made a note of the watchword as is his common practice,
You observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger. Why would he not just hear her tell him the word?
and that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from young Mr. Strahd.
Master plan?
Which brings us, at last, to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker?
Are you quite serious?
For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence.
Evidence.
You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know.
No. The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and music box disc that was in one of the pockets. Which, according to Mr. Windibank, isn't even worth a penny. And yet, this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo. Could we? Really? I better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far. I only had one option.
Yeah, I think you have to investigate it and see the Mr. McGill did. No.
Gotcha.
And then it works here.
Oh, gotcha. You see, this music box disc tells us all that we need to know. What's that on the back?
Reads for McGilded.
Ah!
Ah, Mr. Magnus McGilded.
Okay, so the facial structures are not the same, but the top hats are still similar.
The unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his lone mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruple. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate?
Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he was precisely the right size for that overcoat you've squeezed yourself into. Ugh!
Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawn brokery today.
Prawn brokery?
Prawn. Shrimp. Prawn.
Was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. If we could, we should have done that in unison, but sadly we could not.
Oh. Was that in unison? Sorry.
I think so.
Oop. Oh my god, the stream.
To acquire an item deposited by Mr. McGilded. Elementary.
Elementary.
My dear Watson.
Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded.
Isn't Iris supposed to be like the Watson of this? Oh no, wait, somebody else is. The cop, right?
No, Iris. Her name is Iris Watson.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
That's an interesting take on Watson.
Yeah, she's supposed to be the daughter of the John Watson that got fucking murdered in the
Right.
first case.
Oh yeah, oh he was the Watson.
Yes.
Huh.
He fucking died. Thank you, Giselle Brett.
Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances.
Oh, I forgot the lady's name was Giselle Brett. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind.
Pray tell, Mr. Sato.
Well, according to what Mr. Windebank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited.
Can somebody die? Well, today's the 15th of April, so 2 months ago today.
Would have been 15th of February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m., I see.
What? But that suggests... Yes, 15th of February is precisely the day on which the ominous murder took place. Omnibus murder. Oh shit. I'm sure that would have been really impactful if I actually remembered that was the day that it happened. And 10:30 in the evening. Oh shit. Is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding. Okay, how is it connected?
Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence.
You are of course at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However... I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box.
Oh, shit.
What do I do? Now we're gonna die. There are some things a man must protect at all costs. This may be well be one of those things. Then again, it may not. Mr. Windibank.
This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. If that were to happen, I should have to take my own life.
Mr. Windibank, no! Alright, that's enough. Who is this? Inspector Gregson!
Do you want to do Gregson or should I do Gregson?
I hate Gregson.
You said that about literally every character who's shown up, by the way. I'm just saying.
Why am I like this? I don't understand.
You said about Susato in the first scene, and then you said about Sholmes and Iris, and then Windibank, and then Gina, and then
I never
Benedict.
said anything about Iris.
Did you? Okay. Never mind.
Yeah,
close enough. Whatever.
That's because Cosmo is the only good character in this game. I've said this already. Here, I'll try and do a voice. That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. He's Southern now.
He's Southern now.
So we got here as fast as we could. Now what's all this about, eh?
Oh, please, you're here at last. I was moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment.
It would seem you have the upper hand. Right. You all have something explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy. Petty? Mr. Windibank very nearly met with his end.
Your controller's going crazy on the table.
Yeah,
It's very audible.
I keep putting it down, because, like, I don't know. Yeah, by his own gun, as far as I can tell.
Oh dear.
And the whole of Britain could meet with its end. If I don't get to the bottom of this case I'm supposed to be working on. What on earth is this case, Inspector?
Spare no detail, Gregson.
I might have said a little too much. No matter, it's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. Ah! He's getting away! Get after him, lads. Whistle the B officer, too. Sir! I don't know who
dances out of the scene.
That is the gayest man I've ever seen. It's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently. So we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble.
Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed.
Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning. Oh, yes? Oh, we taking that
still
one.
sad over Kazuma.
Look, they were best friends in Orange Text.
I know.
What do you think?
I'm joking. Yeah, I know.
You can only imagine all of the things they did inside of that steamship before Kazuma met his end.
I mean, they have nothing better to do, you know?
I mean, yeah, but they probably also did it in the dorms of their university, so, you know.
True.
So hand it over. Oh. Oh, yes, of course.
No, don't give it to him. It's mine, Daddy, it's mine.
I'm sorry, miss. Anything belonging to Mr. McGill that has to be taken as evidence now. As evidence?
If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. Yeah.
And so, we handed Mr. McGillen's disc over to the Inspector Gregson. And we're summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. Oh, I don't hate Rinosuke. He's fine. My god.
Hey, so there's the first investigation part done.
That was so long. Holy shit.
Alright. I'm probably gonna take my leave here.
Okay.
You can feel free to continue if you like, but
I probably will continue, because I want something to, like, actually happen. As in,
If I remember...
I want to see a dead body right now.
If I remember correctly, you're getting pretty close, so... Alright. I'll see you later. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Enjoy the rest of the case.
Actually,
Bye-bye.
no, actually, I'm gonna stop it here because of my fucking food coming.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, and we've also been going for, like, 2 hours and 45 minutes.
I might stream later tonight again, though, so...
Fair. Alright.
Alright. Bye-bye.
I'll let you know if I'm around. Bye-bye.
Okay.